I wasn't even on the
I know the feeling.
I wasn't even on the KTC leaderboard.
Well, Tom, you might be leading the show. Like it's how bad. Just because you weren't on the overall employee leaderboard doesn't mean you're on the. You're not leading the show.
A lot of red.
You're competing against JP and
You've got to be kidding
Isabel
me.
and Zach and Austin.
How many of us did a bracket? How many brackets?
total? I don't know the total actually off the top.
Got at least 8.
Well,
Kevin's
Kevin's
about 25. Actually.
Oh, okay.
It's about 20.
Kevin's won the brackets in like last week. Like Kevin wants the
Well,
brackets.
he had to get started for the first 4.
Yes, Tom. The
Why
tournament starts
do you care
Tuesday.
about the first 4?
All right, so I'm glad Tom was the one that asked this question. Because
This man trashes the first 4.
Because this is why, Tom. Because if you don't get them in early, there's people like Willie. There's people like Jawan.
First of all,
that don't follow directions.
that
That don't turn stuff in on time.
I didn't get the text till when I started
So,
mine.
Tom, teachers give these things called idiot taxes. And they're called extra bonus points. So, if you turned in your 4 early picks, you got 4 early bonus points if you got any of the picks right.
Oh, okay.
So, if you turn them in early and get them in when you're supposed to, you get 4 points. If you take 3 days to take a photo of your bracket like Will does, you won't get any extra bonus
Well,
points.
in all defense, Calvin said Thursday.
In all defense, Calvin had nothing to do with it. And I don't know when he started jumping into started texting everyone
He
else.
emailed and said need picks by Thursday.
Yeah, I know.
And he does outrank you.
I sent the original text that said Tuesday, and I wanted pictures.
And I
video.
sent mine
Did I
on.
not ship? And Calvin was not given any instructions to send out anything in anybody. He was supposed to fill out his bracket and shut up.
I mean, it's hard to tell the boss to shut up.
I'm just saying what he's supposed to do.
I think they're related. So,
But anyway,
And they don't, even in their relationship, he's still the boss.
there you go. Here we go. Monday.
what does it
Monday,
say, Chip?
10:47.
What does it say, Chip?
Send in your bracket.
Well, don't show people our news.
Oh, yeah, you took your pants off last episode, didn't you? You got cold. Got spilled
Yeah.
cold water.
Yes, I had to. All right, Tar Heels. You don't have your best player who's going to be a top 5 pick. Are you still expected to win
Absolutely.
that game?
Absolutely.
Will says absolutely.
VCU has been a traditional spoiler.
I don't know. I mean, you don't have your best player. It's
You was up 11 with 3 minutes to go.
You was
now. Should you have won the game? Is
Yes.
different than saying
yes.
I'm saying before the game, do you expect to win that game?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, I would say yes. I mean, is it going to be tough? Yes. But
Most of the people in our brackets, did pick Carolina.
they just
except
tied.
for, me.
And y'all, I'm sure y'all have seen the news. They did.
I picked VCU.
Well done. Well done. They just tied the largest loss or point comeback loss since the field was expanded to 64 teams.
Mm-hmm.
They also, this is the first time since the tournament went to 64 teams that North Carolina has lost the first round game in consecutive years. First time ever since they went to 64 teams.
What? How big was the lead in that game?
19.
That's the largest
That's
lead
the largest comeback.
ever squandered in an NCAA tournament.
Maybe in the first round.
In the first round.
Maybe in the first round. But y'all have heard me talk about Hubert for the past few weeks, and I'm a Hubert fan. I think he defend him. I think he's a good fit for the program. He did himself no favors in this game. Going with a 6-man rotation, there's going to be a lot of ammo for the naysayers and for the poo-poo people to basically go.
Well, I got a question with that.
Yep. Not that I agree. I'm just saying they've got ammo now.
Who are they going to get? Jeff Lebo?
I agree.
What my question on the rotation thing?
Mm-hmm.
Will, you've coached and played basketball. Which 8th or 9th player on my bench should I put in for my starter? Please, fan, please tell me. Please, which bench player did I need to put in? Which bench player didn't play enough that would have won us the game? Which one?
I,
I'm just curious.
in my honest opinion, I think we should have gave.
What's
Now I'm going to mess.
It's pretty bad we can't remember the name.
If he can't remember his name, he's not.
He
last
shouldn't have
name.
played. I know,
Yeah.
Tom.
Yeah.
I don't know his name, but he should have played.
Yeah.
He's that good.
Yeah.
He's that good.
I think we should. I'm not talking about somebody that was on. I think we should have gave the big man, the 7-footer. I think he should have got more of a blow. We have another 7-footer on that squad. Another 6'11" guy on the squad that set the bench, didn't come into the last part of the game, and as of late had been playing very well, and he didn't get to come in the game. So that would have been. I think if he'd had more of a blow, he could have made more of a run at the end of the game.
So we got Stevenson with 11. Was it Vassar? How you say his name? Visar.
That's why I didn't say his name.
That's what you're talking about. He had 26. Bogovic had 8. Dixon 11, and Seth Trimble 15. Powell played 20 minutes off the bench. He had 3 points. Zayden High played 7 minutes off the bench. He had 4 points. Kyron Evans and Jaden Young played a combined 9 minutes with 0 points. So that's what I'm saying. Which one was the one that should have went in and subbed for the guys that had double-digit scoring?
The argument could be made that Evans should have played a little bit more. But to Kevin's point, he didn't score. I mean, he had no points in the time he was in there.
But it wasn't about him scoring points.
my point,
it was about giving.
Just giving
What?
giving
Say
the
his
guys.
name again.
I don't know.
Vassar.
Here's the
Vassar.
thing.
Sorry, it wasn't about him scoring points. It was about giving. Vassar was hot. He just
Until the
needed-
end of the game.
Yeah, but he just needed a blow. I don't think he got. That's,
Oh, he
that's what
blew
I'm
it all
saying.
right. He blew
I don't think he got enough. I think he should have been able to get a little bit of a blow when we was up 19.
Tom, your coach averaging 25 wins a season. He's been to the Final Four in his first 5 years. Most wins ever in university history in 5 years on his resume. And we're talking about, and there's people riding in their cars right now yelling at us or me that I don't understand why Kyan Evans and Jaden Young and Zayden Howe and Jonathan Powell, who combined for 36 minutes, 7 points. Bogovic in 32 minutes had 8. So who is going in the game that we shouldn't fire Hubert Davis over, Tom? Jordan's not sitting on the end of the bench. Stackhouse ain't sitting over there. Well, put me in, coach. Hubert's not waiting for a shot.
Jordan's got a
I'm
year
just saying,
eligibility left. He could have actually, suited up.
So as we say this, the Hubert question is brought up. I do not 100% think the man should be fired for the performance he's done.
Agreed.
I do think 100% he should walk into the offices in Chapel Hill, whoever's in charge, tell them to kick rocks, I'm retiring, y'all have fun with this, because it ain't my place and I'm not welcome and y'all don't want me here. Bye-bye. I had my success. I paid my money. I played in the NBA. It ain't worth it. There's nothing that man's going to do that's going to make Tar Heel fans happy, ever.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I
there's
do
one
not
thing-
know why.
There's one thing, but I mean, if he wins the national championship,
More Tar Heel fans hate him than actually like him. He's a product of Dean and coached under Roy and played in the NBA.
the only person who could one of the only people qualified to be in that position who can stay that, who can connect, and I think it's part of the reason they brought him in. He is a perfect example of the Carolina culture. Played for Dean, connected with Roy, played in the NBA. I mean, played a very decent, successful career in the NBA. Played in the playoffs with the Knicks.
Jerry Stackhouse.
Yeah. Yeah. But what did Stackhouse do at Vanderbilt?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Oh,
I mean,
what did anybody do?
That's
at
what I'm saying.
Vanderbilt?
Qualified. That's why you're not having Wes Miller as a candidate.
The guys there now doing something with Vanderbilt.
I'm sorry. You're going to have to chew that up first and tell me what you just
It's
said.
it's a different world now, Will, and that's what I mentioned last week with the Jordan stuff. Carolina is not exactly spending the most money. You haven't had a NBA All-Star since Anton Jamison on campus, guys. That's 28 years. It's been over a quarter century since an NBA All-Star has walked the campus of Chapel Hill. And you sit there and blame the coach who's won 25 games a year, and he ain't got no NBA All-Stars on his team ever. Mm-hmm. Yes, Roy won. So who did Roy win his first championship with? What recruits?
Matt Doherty's recruits.
So everybody says Hubert's Final Four doesn't. Here's the fans that want Hubert fired, Tom. They say his Final Four don't count as a fluke because it wasn't his guys. And he knocked out Coach K in the Final Four of his game. So, Tom, as an Ohio State fan, are you appreciating the lunacy of some of the Carolina fans in this situation? Because to me, you guys, that's how the Ohio State football fans, like you said, are going to lose their minds when they only win 9 games this year, and everybody on campus needs to be fired.
And Ryan Day wants to be let go after he wins his national championship.
Carolina won a national championship, 5 years ago? 6 years ago? It's not. It's been less than a decade, Tom.
Yes, it's been less than a decade.
Won 25 games a year. No NBA players on the – got a couple NBA players, no NBA All-Stars. No lottery.
You keep making that point, Kevin, but I think a Carolina fan might come back at you and say, well, why can't we get a coach who's able to recruit such
Roy Williams didn't. But they love Roy Williams.
I know.
That's my point on that. It's not just Hubert. It's Roy. It's Matt Doherty. It's Bill Guthridge. Every single person except Dean Smith has never recruited an NBA All-Star at Carolina.
But it's such a brand. I can't believe they can't get kids to come there that are that caliber.
Well, the NIL thing, and I was trying to explain to somebody the other day, if you don't get this big money backing from Jordan or someone else to pay every year, these kids, like, who are you coming in to respect in the coach? Who are they going to listen to? You listening to Wes Miller while you're getting paid the same as him or more than him? Right. It better be somebody big name.
If you like getting paid, if you like getting paid,
these boys will transfer in a heartbeat. We see that too.
It's been almost 10 years. They won in 2017.
I just said that.
So where do you? So again, like, unless you got the money bringing in these NBA guys that are going to play for you.
He said 5 or 6.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry.
You got to get the dudes. You got to get the big and older dudes. And Carolina's just not getting the. I don't. Where's the money coming from Carolina? You got to have the money. They're going to get outbid. These schools. It's not that hard to outbid for 3 guys on a basketball court anymore. So NBA. Real quick. NBA. We'll look at the draft every year. and We'll have 5 good players, and everybody else is maybe we don't know. Well, if that's in the deal in college basketball, UNC Charlotte, Jerry Richardson wants to go in and all of a sudden, Tom, and pay the top 5 players in college basketball $10 million a year this year. That's how the sport's going to be.
Yeah.
As Carolina fans, you have to be happy with the fact you're going to win 25 a year. Then the tournament stuff, whatever. If you don't have the team, you're going to understand you're not getting to past the Sweet 16 anymore. You're not getting to the Final Four anymore every year without those players. And if you don't want the team underpaying people and having fake classes like the Alabamas, everybody can overpay now. It's a different world in college basketball anymore. People aren't why are you coming to Carolina to go to the NBA? No, we don't have any All-Stars. Go to Duke. Go somewhere else. They can say that over Carolina fans.
True.
For a quarter century, guys. Not a single one of y'all is going to be an NBA All-Star.
This hurts.
Walk through this door.
Hurts me to say right now, but in college basketball, true or false, Duke is presently the better brand than Carolina.
But the reason I say all that for Hubert
in college basketball.
The reason I say all that for Hubert is because in the old days he would have worked and everything should have worked. Mm-hmm. Now, with the money. And it would probably be better to bring someone in like Calipari or Patino that's just sleazy and I'm going to pay you guys.
Right, yes.
Now we're going to the Final Four, and now the Tar Heel fans, oh, my jersey looks good on me now because we made the Final Four.
Yeah.
You're going to sell your souls, I'm telling you.
Yep.
So if I'm Hubert, I'll walk in, I'm like, this is just, you guys don't want me here. You guys, there's nothing I can do short of winning a championship that's going to make anyone happy.
Be careful what you wish for.
I'm out. Thanks for it all. That's the only way that's going to end in good faithfulness with the Hubert,
right.
Like coming back to the program. So if I'm him, I quit. I don't know. Tom, what do you think from the outside?
Well, I think you made the good point about sometimes we have a little bit of unrealistic expectations. Of course, it was a bad loss. I mean, I'm not going to defend him there. It's a bad loss. He should have won the game. And you're up 19. I didn't realize they were up that much. I knew that they were up late and blew it.
Oh, it's a big choke.
Right. Yeah. But at the same time,
Kevin didn't mention that part in his soliloquy.
They don't.
I still wouldn't fire the. Who you hiring, Tom? Who's coming?
That's the question.
That's what I was going to say. Like, who you going to get? It's just like when Ohio State wanted to fire Ryan Day.
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah.
For losing to Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, for losing to Michigan. Okay, so let's fire him. Okay, now what? I mean, how many games has that guy
There's
won?
people still upset with him, Tom, because this year, he finally beat Michigan. Yeah, but you didn't go on and win a national championship. You haven't done both in the same year.
Yeah, but at the beginning of the year, everybody said just like, "Oh, well, we're so young. It's really you're probably going to lose to Michigan this year. You're probably going to lose to Texas this year. You're probably going to lose to Penn State this year." And then late, they lost to the two teams in the national championship game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like people have these unrealistic expectations. Do you realize how many other teams and players are out there all gunning for the same thing you are? You expect to win the thing every single year? I mean, it's unrealistic
That's the
expectations.
thing is
You expect to win it every single year.
and some people don't understand that some teams and programs and sports never win a national championship or a Super Bowl or a World Series. And you're so spoiled by we only got 5. Well, I need to see one more for right now.
Yeah, I know.
Now, if Carolina wanted to stay to tradition and keep up with what they're doing, keep up with the times, paying big money, going out on a limb, Tom, you got to get somebody young, fresh, just like they did with the football program. Phil Jackson is my nominee to save the Tar Heels, Tom. Jordan can make the call. He knows the guy.
Yeah, he could. Yeah. Yep.
He looks like Tom Hanks playing Sully Sullenberger in Sully.
And remember, Tom, he likes younger women too. He's dating Jeannie Buss. He's 30 years older than Jeannie Buss. So this is a perfect fit, Chapel. Phil Jackson.
Is Belichick still there?
Yes. Yes.
Where would he be at?
Tom,
At his girlfriend's
he's
house.
spotting for the male cheerleaders at practice.
I heard he was exploring options to get out of that contract to go back to the NFL.
Does anybody in the NFL want him?
Yeah, everybody would have took him this year.
Yeah,
has already filled
the
the
they've
spot.
already filled it.
I don't think the Raiders. Do the Raiders have a defensive coordinator yet?
He ain't going to be a
He
defensive
ain't
coordinator.
gonna be. Yeah.
He's not.
Before I get to anything else, while we're talking Tar Heels, growing up, talking about the NBA players and stuff. So Carolina, all the schools have basketball camps, right?
Mm-hmm.
So some of them you have to play in to get in certain parts of the levels of these and whatever tryouts, whatever you kind of say, whatever. But anyway, during the summer, during these summer leagues, during the days, and people didn't know. I don't know exactly how. I'm sure they do still now with Hubert and everything, and because this is a pretty good tradition. Is that Carolina, the NBA players in their off season will come into Carolina to work out, and they'll come in for a couple of days or a week at a time. Well, during these camps, what they'll do is say you've got in the morning, I've got drills and camps till like some 9 to 11 or 8 to 11. Then we got lunch. Well, then you'll have some free time. Well, free time from noon to 3, you can do whatever you want. You go swimming or whatever. Well, noon to 3 is scrimmage time for the NBA guys.
Mm.
So if you're smart, you get your hamburger, hot dog, and head down to Smith Center, and you get to watch former NBA players scrimmage the current team.
Mm.
This by far is one of my favorite memories of my life, is this right here, because nobody else got to see this unless you were in this camp. You were in these drills. You were these NBA players.
Yeah.
So I got to see Rashid, Vince, all of them come back just 2 years after they left and played, 3 years after they
In
left
their
and
prime.
played. In their primes, come back and play. You don't realize how deep the NBA players shoot until they're standing on a college court and there's no NBA line.
Yeah.
And Rashid was shooting left-handed threes. I remember him shooting them in All-Star Weekend just playing around. He was shooting then just left-handed threes then. You're just like, oh, I didn't know he could do that from NBA range. And just the way they dominated and played and stuff. This is Vince Carter talking about when he was actually in college and Jordan came in. Remember, he unretired when Vince was in college. Now, I didn't see this scrimmage. I do have the best picture I ever have, and I got to find I know I have it at the house because I got it up. I took, you remember the little Kodak one-click disposable cameras?
Yeah.
I've got a disposable picture of Vince Carter taking off from the free throw line like Jordan. His feet are like this far off the ground, cocked and everything. He went back to and he dunked it in front of everybody. It was so much ease. You know how Jordan went all the way back to the end of the court? Vince Carter took like 4 steps behind the three-point line, took like 3 dribbles, jogged up, and just boom. He was like, that's the easiest dunk from the free throw I've ever seen in my life. But here's him talking about them. I did get to do one drill in front of everybody in the camp, but so they were rotating. It was Vince, Maktar, and Shaman. And I got called up to do a drill, and we were doing post drills. I'm not a post player, but I did like have some post game because just playing with other kids and stuff around dunk goals and stuff. So the kid in front of me is going, and Vince is talking, and he's just talking to the kids. And Maktar is the defender. You know, he's 7 foot tall.
It's going under his legs.
The kid in front of me shoots, and Maktar, boom, beats it into the bleachers. Kid's like 7. I'm 13. I'm like, what's he about to do to me? I'm about to get embarrassed in front of all these kids. So I get to ball. I went to go my move. I went for the Akeem Dream Shake up and under, all of 5'9", and pump faked him. He didn't go for the block, and I tried to go under, and I hit the bottom of the rim. He did not block me. I'd hit the bottom of the rim, but Maktar did not beat my shot back in my face. That was the only goal I had when I walked out.
Not to get humiliated.
Please don't let Maktar beat it like he just did this little kid. I mean, he embarrassed that little boy. Oh, I thought I was kidding. All right, so this is Vince Carter talking about at one of those camps with Michael coming out of retirement.
MJ coming back to play pickup in college back at Carolina. And, well documented how the former players will come back and play pickup just like you did to come play pickup. Well, MJ comes in one day, and it was his turn, obviously, when he was like, I got next. He jumped everybody. When he picked all of the walk-ons and didn't come off the court the rest of the day.
Spanking y'all.
All of a sudden, you seeing walk-on players doing stuff like, bro, first of all, where'd you get this game from all of a sudden? It's just who he is, his aura, and how he just uplifts. I mean, we see the story with Steve Kerr, like, hey, you pass it to me, I'll be ready. Like, it was one of those. And these guys didn't disappoint. And just to see how his mentality at that point, reading about that's how old it was, reading about MJ and his mentality in professional games, and then seeing him walk into our gym, the same mentality. He calling shots. I watched this man destroy one of our guys. Well, he was a former player playing in the league. Saw him a couple of days ago. Watched him destroy this guy on the court in preseason. I mean, in the summer.
Yeah.
Calling shots, talking to everybody on the sideline what he's gonna do. Like, that was MJ, and it was so dope to watch because, like, oh, I want that, and we all want that, but like the same time, in reality, we all ain't got it like that. But it was just that you hear about it, like, you got to see it in person. Like, we got to see that dude do his thing.
Yeah.
Not outside of 20,000 people. Like, 20,000 people, MJ is MJ, whatever. But we got to see who MJ is when he playing pickup, and like it was crazy to see, man. Like, and to guard him. So that was my first time getting to guard him, and obviously playing him as a pro. He's still like,
Mike Orr is unmatched, bro.
So I was at that camp the week before he announced and came and did that. So we knew he was practicing. We saw his car in the parking lot. People saw him. Didn't know he was coming back, obviously. But we never got to see him play or shoot while we were there. Obviously, he was probably doing that when the kids weren't out behind the scenes. But that would have been really amazing. But I did see him walk down the street that week before he did announce his comeback that year. So that was pretty cool. So anyway, that's something you may be taking away when you get rid of the Hubert Davises of the world and bring in someone who may not be in the Carolina fan. I'm sure they'll try to keep it together and stuff like that, but I'm just saying stuff like that does happen.
In any hope, I won't say, I would say any idea of hope of having Jordan put a whole lot more of his financial muscle behind the program, I think goes out the window if you get rid of the Carolina family.
I mean, he don't even have to spend his own money. We're not talking about, I guess, coming out of his pocket. Like, Jordan Brand could just up the ante. Like, I mean, it's like tax write-off.
I mean,
he'll figure out he ain't paying no money. It ain't coming out of it. No, not at this point, Will. He ain't got it. Yeah, that ain't nothing. That's lint. got lint in his pocket. Who was Jason Williams was talking yesterday. He said he was at the country club playing golf with Jordan when he was younger, and he knew how Jordan gambled or whatever. No, T-Mac was talking about that too. So Jason Williams was talking about avoiding playing in around the golf with him and trying to not meet him in the locker room. And he ended up he said, I went to the bathroom. I thought he was going to come back. He's sitting there smoking a cigar. I'm like, damn, he got me. So he's had to go play. T-Mac was talking about he was at a fight or something, and Jordan overheard T-Mac talking about thinking Jordan brand was Roy Jones Jr. and there was somebody else that was on the Jordan brand. Michael heard T-Mac say he was taking the other fighter. Michael turned around and said, "You got 20 on it?" And T-Mac said, "Yeah." He goes, "I didn't have 20." He said, "Them boys wanted it then." He said, "As soon as he got knocked out, I'm tapping Mike on the shoulder. Where's my money?" And he said, he pulled it out of his pocket. He's like, well, there you go. He said, "You got me." So he's got some money. But, again, how much do you want to pay? And you just got to – these schools got to find – they don't have a problem time finding the right recruiting girls for the players. They need to find some of those girls to go to these corporations and get the money.
It just get some of these deep pockets to start writing checks.
Yeah. I'd say with the NIL thing and they trying to get money in there, I want to make a point. We was talking about Hubert earlier. I want to make a point about Hubert.
Mm-hmm.
He has not had the number one class, but he has competed against all the number one classes and had very good success against them. He's either splitting with Duke. There's only been 1 year that they didn't split, or he didn't win more. And they've recruiting class have been better than Hubert's.
Not to entirely dismiss that point, Will, but we also need to. But we got to look at the other side of that, though, in terms of the rankings of these players, similar to how skeptical we are in football, and like how that ranking gets manipulated. So and granted, Carolina's not a mid-major school that a player's 5-star rating is going to go down to 4 if they go to Carolina, but in basketball at least. But I'm skeptical of these player ratings anyway.
Listen to North Carolina Tar Heels Sports on KTC Broadcasting.
Watch and listen to the Shock Jock Sports Talk Show. Live Saturday mornings, 8 a.m. to 10:15 a.m. on WCSL 92.9 FM, 1590 a.m. and the KTC Broadcasting YouTube and Facebook pages.